a businessman, Chris Azaudi, has dragged the Universal Merchant Bank, UMB, to an Accra High Court as part of efforts to block the distribution of 100 buses to constituency executives of the governing NPP. He alleges in his writ that he secured a loan facility in excess of $3 million to procure the buses for onward sale to the party. These buses form part of the 275 NPP chairman Freddy Blay promised to distribute to constituencies prior to his election. Mr. Azaudi wants the court to order the bank to immediately release the buses to him instead of the NPP. There's more in the following report.
Mr. Azawadi in his writ says he had an agreement with UMB requiring them to provide him funds to procure the buses. This was to be sold to the governing NPP. The party was to effect payment from proceeds accrued from commercial use of the bus. He alleges that when the bus arrived in Ghana in June 2018, the bank caused the vehicles to be kept in a custom-bonded warehouse. He says the bank has since refused to release the buses to him, contrary to the terms of the agreement. He further states that he has been reliably informed that the bank is in the process of releasing the buses to a third party who is alien to the agreement. He wants the court to immediately block this release and hand him back his buses. The bank, in its response to the writ, however, denies the allegations and maintains it has no intention of releasing the buses to a third party.
JoyNews editor Fred Smith is here with me in studio. We've got more documents with information to share with you. Fred, you have the response by UMB to the court. Tell us what they're saying.
Well, before I move to the response of UMB, I'd like to bring you the statement between the borrower and the lender. On the part on page 6 of that agreement. It talks about ownership of the vehicles which the loan was going to procure. And it says that the borrower shall procure that at all times no change is made to the legal and beneficial ownership and control of the borrower unless the lender has consented to the change. Now, let me tell you how the bank responds to the claims as we heard in that report filed by Joseph Akablay. It says that they admit in paragraphs 1 and 2 of the statement of claim, and you have the statement of claim.
Yes, and let me just bring the statement of claim 1 and 2. The plaintiff is a limited liability company registered under the laws of Ghana and doing business in Accra. The defendant is a full-service financial institution registered under the laws of Ghana and licensed to provide specialized, customized banking products and services, among others. Indeed.
So the third paragraph, it says that that the defendant extended a credit facility in the sum of $3.3 million. Paragraph 3 is denied. The defendant says in answer that the plaintiff formally wrote to the defendant requesting it to establish site letters of credit on its behalf and in favor of Imperial International FZE for the importation of 100 Toyota Hayes buses, PDL and TH1 2017 model. And that is, you have details of what the claim in paragraph 3 is.
Okay, so the defendant filed this. His claim is that, let me just read, quote, plaintiff avers that by an agreement executed between plaintiff and the defendant and confirmed by the defendant's offer letter for the benefit of plaintiff dated 13th May 2018, the defendant granted a credit facility to the plaintiff in the sum of $3,393,000 US.
Indeed, that's what they're saying.
They
and the bank denies that. So this will be resolved when the case is called in court. Now, paragraphs 4 and 5 of the statement of claim are admitted. What does it say?
Okay, so paragraph 4 says it is a term of the agreement that the plaintiff will apply the said facility to purchase 100 Toyota Hayes PDL and TH1 2017 model for onward sale to the New Patriotic Party as part importation for a total contract sum of $11,412,500 US for 275 buses.
Indeed. So again, the point is made that Kelliot Royal Motors, which is the borrower, remains a facilitator. The main person or the main entity benefiting from this will be the NPP, and the vehicles were supposed to be in the names of the NPP and the UMB. So it says that defendant vehemently denies paragraphs 6 and 7 of the statement of claim and says upon the arrival of the 100 vehicles at the Tema port, plaintiff was unable to clear the goods at as it had no funds to do so.
So paragraph 6 and 7 reads, plaintiff further avers that in pursuance of the agreement, its managing director had to personally travel to Dubai on many occasions with the attendant cost to actualize the objective of the supply of the said buses into Ghana. 7. Plaintiff states that when the buses arrived in Ghana in June 2018, the defendant caused the said vehicles to be kept in a custom bonded warehouse.
So paragraph 9 is also denied, and the defendant says that the payment of the facilities extended to UP Travel Services. Now, this is a company that was formed as a result of this agreement by Kelliot and the NPP. It's called UP Travel Services. This company was going to run the vehicles. So it says that it has no interest in the buses and its operations.
And this is because the plaintiff said that it is believed from reliable information that the defendant is in the process vigorously and aggressively to offload the said buses to a third party who the plaintiff claims is alien to the agreement, and in consequence denying the plaintiff his right to receive the buses as contemplated by and contained in the said agreement.
The third party here would be Intercity STC. We understand that the NPP was handing the buses over to them so that they will run the operations of the buses so that the proceeds are given back to the bank. Now, it says that the interest of the defendant is merely to recover the facilities advanced to the plaintiff and UP Travel Services Limited. The point we made earlier about the fact that the plaintiff is only a facilitator and not the main beneficiary of the loans.
I understand we've been trying to reach the NPP's chairman for a response to
this. Yes, they deny comment because they're saying that they are not party to this suit that has been filed. And indeed, they are not mentioned, the chairman is not mentioned anywhere. In fact, the signatures we have on this, the regional chairman had they signed, and they had one person signing on behalf of all regional chairmen. There were witnesses, and then the bank, and then the, it doesn't include the chairman at all.
Thank you very much. JoyNews editor Fred Smith, they're giving us some details to this suit that has been filed in court by a businessman seeking to block the distribution of some 100 buses to the NPP. You're watching News Desk with me, Bernice Abubeidulan. So please don't go anywhere. When I come back, I'll take you straight to London, where JoyNews editor Israel Lai is attending a UNESCO Press Freedom Conference. We'll be talking more about that. Do stay.